Hi, Kamran. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, can you allow my other account? It is Syed Kamran. I'm waiting from my.
1 second. What's the name?
Syed Kamran, sir. Syed Kamran.
Wait. Yes. I will just allow this and let us go live. Yeah, we are live
Yes.
now.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, can you also allow the speaker Mahesh, A.R. Mahesh, sir? A.R. Mahesh.
I will allow everyone now.
Okay, sir.
Is it fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. We can start.
Okay. Yeah, allowed.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's session, the webinar on artificial intelligence and how it is being implemented in pharmacy and other healthcare sectors. We'll wait for a minute. We'll make sure everyone has joined the meeting. Also, I request everyone to kindly mute their microphone. Can everyone mute themselves? Thank you. We'll just wait for a minute. People are joining.
Kamran, your picture is vertical. It is not horizontal. Yeah.
Now also, is it vertical, sir?
Yes. I
Okay,
think
just a second, sir. There is. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's good. Now it's good.
Sir, yes, sir. So we'll get started. I guess we have enough people to start. They are joining.
Yeah, we have 25 participants here right now, so we can start, I feel.
Okay, sir. We'll get started with this. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Since we have people joining from other parts of the world as well, I welcome you all to today's webinar on artificial intelligence in pharmacy and other healthcare sectors. I extend my gratitude to all of you for taking out your time from a Sunday evening and especially during a festival season to attend and learn from this topic. So I welcome you all. Before we get started, I will introduce pharmacy in short to you guys. So guys, pharmacy in short is an online platform. We are currently running on Instagram and we conduct many webinars. What we basically do is we provide the pharmacy and medical related updates, whatever is happening. Like if there is any new treatment, we make sure to update it to everyone through Instagram and also Facebook. And we also provide monthly updates of newly approved drug. So whenever new drugs are approved by the US FDA or by the Indian Cedesco, we write the short pharmacology. We make short pharmacology of each drug which is approved, and we post it on Instagram. And in the same time, we also provide many free opportunities like webinars. We also provide the quizzes, and we conduct competitions. Recently, we had conducted art competition on occasion of World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day, sorry. So we'll get started. First of all, I would like to thank Climate Research Solutions, especially Dr. Ajit Singh sir, for accepting our request and providing this platform to host this webinar today evening. So I'll give a brief introduction of what uh, I'll just give a brief introduction of the climate research and Dr. Ajit sir's bio. So, guys, you must be aware of this trending course, which is a free certification course running on YouTube. It is a record breaking certification course, Basics of Cardiac Pharmacology. It is being conducted by the Climate Research under their Climate Careers opportunities. So this Climate Research Solution, it is a research organization expertise in providing the highest level of research solution in terms of the clinical research, pharmacovigilance, medical writing, and data analytics. This organization has a team of experts for providing the training and education to the young aspirants from the pharmacy and other healthcare backgrounds. They're doing a good job. They have their Instagram page, they have their Telegram group, they have their website. So they make sure to reach to every student or every pharmacist or every healthcare professional to make sure it is delivered what they do. So their services are, they provide research consultations and career consultancies, like they're if someone from India, they want to go abroad and study, they provide guidance, and they are going to conduct a workshop on this very soon, and they help you with the project management. They have courses and trainings, like I told you, currently they are running a free certification course on basics of cardiac pharmacology. They have started it very recently. Registration is still open. If you have not registered and if you wish to take part in this free certification course, link is available with them, and you can also message us on Instagram or you can email us. It's available, so you can register. You still have time. They help you with regulatory affairs, and they conduct the events and conferences. Like tomorrow, they evening around the same time, they have a webinar on breast cancer awareness. This climate research solution is it is a it is founded by Dr. Ajit Singh. Is the co-founder and CEO of this climate research. Dr. Ajit Singh, he's a young scientist. He recently completed his PhD in cardiology, particularly the heart failure, from the eminent Manipal Academy of Higher Education. Recently, he has been appointed as National Director for Research at World Youth Heart Federation. So this cardiac course, which is running currently, it is collaborated with this World Youth Heart Federation. He's also serving as the principal investigator for Manipal Heart Failure Registry, a department of cardiology, Kasturba Medical College and Hospital, Manipal. So his areas of interest are, he has done PhD in cardiology. So of course he's expert in heart failure and the related management and the cardio oncology medicine. He has published more than 40 papers in different streams of medicine, including cardiology, cardio oncology, and also the infectious diseases. So I once again thank Dr. Ajit sir for accepting our request and providing us this platform. And guys, this program is also live streaming on YouTube simultaneously. So if you want, if someone wants to watch it, they can watch it from YouTube also. The link is available in our Instagram bio.
Thank
So
you,
we'll
Kamran. I just want to thank you, and
yes.
wish you the best for this topic. This topic is really interesting what you are going to present now, and it is really a need of our for every pharmacist and every pharmacy aspirant who are in the pharmacy field. They need the help of artificial intelligence. So I really wish you the best for this, and I'm here to listen your whole topic. I'll be learning from that because I am also, at the very basics about artificial intelligence in pharmacy. So thank you very much for conducting such a wonderful program. So I feel you should, start, Kamran. Thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We are honored to have you with us. So we'll get started, guys. So the reason why we started this webinar, or why we are conducting this webinar, artificial intelligence and how it is being implemented in pharmacy and other healthcare sector, is because every industry nowadays they are adopting technologies, and this artificial intelligence or machine learning, this it has become trendy, and every company or every industry is looking to take artificial intelligence and implement it so that the work gets accurate and faster. It has many benefits. It will be delivered by our guest speaker. So to deliver this talk, we have with us, we are delighted, we are honored, we have with us Mr. A.R. Mahesh. He's the assistant professor from College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dayanand Sagar University. We are honored to have you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation to deliver a talk on today's topic. So I'll introduce you. I'll give introduction about Mr. A.R. Mahesh. He has been doing a wonderful job. Mr. A.R. Mahesh is currently doing his PhD under the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. He graduated B.Pharm from Dayanand Sagar College of Pharmacy and M.Pharm in Pharmaceutical Chemistry from the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore. And he also did MBA in Pharma Business Management from ICFAI Tripura. And currently, as I said, he's pursuing his research studies PhD under the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. His passion for research has driven up to acquire a 7 lakh rupees grant from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore, as a co-investigator for research work in area of synthetic chemistry of novel anti-cancer agents. So as an intellectual asset, an outcome of his research work has been published in Scopus, or the Web of Science Index, national and international journals. 16 scientific publications are available. He's currently a peer reviewer of SAS journals and robotosis publications. He was also awarded Grade A for the continuous education program conducted by IISc Bangalore, and he has acquired a proficiency skill in ID and second NMR spectroscopy and their applications in structure biology. He has expanded his interest to the current IT-related application in drug design, so which is today's topic. And he is an invitee as resource person on the lateral domains of pharmaceutical sciences such as IPR, soft skill trainer for UG and PG students in reputed institutions like KCP or PS College of Pharmacy, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. He's also designated as the trainer in faculty development program sponsored by RGHS, which is Raj. Part of career excellence, he has guided the undergraduate students on making a scientific writing of research work they have carried on. And on the prospect of knowledge exchange and development, he is a life member of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, Foundation for Health and Environment Research, International Society for Pharmacoeconomics and Outcome Research, which is ISPOR, and Karnataka State Pharmacy Council. He has, I'm very honored to tell you this, that he has backed 2 prestigious awards on his credits. First one is he got the Academic Excellence Award 2019 by Institute of Scholars, Ministry of Small and Middle Enterprises, India, and the Excellence Teaching in Higher Education Award 2020 by DK International Research Foundation, India. We are really honored and we are delighted to have you, sir, with us. So before I hand over the session to Mahesh, sir, I would like to inform about today's quiz. So today we will be having 3 quiz questions. It will be the questions will be posted or asked after the session. So during the questions will be from the topic and related to the topic. So the rules are very simple. You just have to type and you have to send it in the chat box. Make sure you are sending it to everyone and not to someone privately, because that will not be considered. So hope it is clear. So I hope your internet is good, and it basically depends on your typing speed. You have to type and you have to send the answer. So whoever sends the correct answer first, they will be receiving the gifts. So without any delay, I hand over the session to Mahesh sir. Thank you, sir. Please take over.
Thank you very much, Kamran, for your wonderful introduction of myself. And I also thank Dr. Ajit, Clinimed Careers, for providing the platform for this particular webinar. Before I start, I would like to request participants to mute yourselves so that this session would go on smooth. Uh, okay. Shall we start, Kamran?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I request the participants to mute yourselves.
I think
I
it's
guess Vipul.
Vipul Sahani.
Yeah.
Can you please mute? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Kamran and Dr. Ajit, Clinimed Careers and Pharmacy in short, for inviting me to be today's speaker for the topic Artificial Intelligence for Healthcare and Pharmacy as well. So before I start with this particular topic, I would just like to show you a small video clipping, um, which gives you a brief note of like what I actually will be talking about.
Excuse me, sir. Has the video started?
So it's really an exciting time in the healthcare to talk about artificial intelligence and to know about the proceedings in the research and development in artificial intelligence. So today's topic is like the artificial intelligence in pharmacy and other healthcare sectors. So I'd be just briefing you out where actually the artificial intelligence is being standing today, or in artificial intelligence, or like in pharmacy and other healthcare sectors. So let me start with like the industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is like what are the changes which took place in industry, or like what are the changes which took place in a large scale sector of industry in the whole world and so on, which led to the artificial intelligence and which led to the need of artificial intelligence indeed. So coming to the industrial revolution 1.0, it actually started in around like 1760. 1760 was a long years back. So over here, actually, the industrial revolution took place. A large scale sector or large scale manufacturing or large scale pooling of people into the industry was being started in 1760. Over here, a well known or like the first known industry, what we call it as like Robert's loom, was being started in a weaving shed in 1835. That is what is the known industry which was being first started. Textiles leading to the industry of industrial revolution and mechanized factories. It was powered by central water wheel and steam engine, where the new workplace was being set up, and n number of people were being working in this industry. That means a large scale industry, and the products which were coming out of this Robert's loom was being distributed throughout the particular place or like particular whole of the that particular locality. So that is what is like the how the industrial revolution started in this world. Industrial Revolution 2.0 was being seen in 1870. Industrial Revolution 2.0, we saw the inventions like telephone, the railway engines, and so on over here in 1870. So this was a great invention, and it was a great invention for the mankind as well over here in 1870s, the Industrial Revolution 2.0. Next, Industrial Revolution 3.0. It was like in this particular 20th century, that is 1969, computers were being invented, motor cars or like small motor cars were being invented, and these were came into a large use by the human. So this is how the Industrial Revolution 3.0 started, and there were the like small developments in these particular sectors. Small developments were being seen every year or like every period of time, and Industrial Revolution 4.0, which started like around 10 years back or 9 years back, that is 2011. So this 2011 onwards, the speed of technological developments drastically increased. So over here you can see like it was like the developments every day is like going on in a lightning speed. So we can see like today what is being there in the market is outdated after a week or like might be tomorrow itself. What the news what we hear yesterday was very old when it comes to the present news what you get on your gadgets. So that is what we call it as like the Industrial Revolution 2011. 2011 to 2020, now in the span of 9 years, if you see the inventions or like the developments what you see in the technology is being enormous. So that is what like Industrial Revolution to 4.0, what we call it as like Internet of Things, IoT. So you want any information, you just Google it, or like you just take your gadget, you say, you ask the question to your gadget, and the gadget is ready to answer your questions. So this is what is like the present day, what is going on, the Industrial Revolution 4.0. The changes in industry and the changes in the technology, what is being seen. So this is Internet of Things, Industrial Revolution 4.0, and we are into this particular, what I can say, like the era of IoT, Internet of Things. You are most dependent on more, like always dependent, like most of the time on Internet. You want any food? Order it online. You want medicine? Order it online. You want any information? Google it. Alexa or Siri, you just call out and you get the answers. So this is what is the present day trend. Let me go into like the healthcare or e-health. Regarding the e-health or like the present, what I can say like the trend in going into e-health or like e-medicine or e-prescriptions. I have recently written a with the help of my students. I have written one article and been published very recently. I'll be sharing that publication too. So regarding the e-health, so let me tell about the e-health and how this technology is being evolved and is being utilized in this particular what I can the healthcare field or like the pharmaceutical field. Okay, so let us go into this e-health. Okay, let me, before going into e-health, we'll have to know about the traditional drug development process. Since most of you over here, most of the participants over here are from the healthcare field, I'll be telling you like how this drug comes out into the market from the research and development stage. So when it comes to the research and development, as being a pharmaceutical chemistry person or like medicinal chemistry person, I would be telling like we synthesize enormous number of compounds or like the drugs or like pharmacophores. We have to discover or like we have to synthesize like nearly 10,000 compounds for one activity. If we are synthesizing around like a rough number of 10,000 compounds, so these compounds has to undergo or like has to go into many gates or like has to undergo various process to come into the market. So if we are synthesizing 10,000 compounds in the year one, so ultimately it takes nearly 14 to 15 years for one drug out of those 10,000 compounds to come out into the market. So there are various stages which actually is required in this drug development process. So initially we do the target identification, we synthesize the drugs which actually fits into those targets. We have to do various clinical studies, and then we have to go for NDA approval, then FDA approval, and so on. And ultimately, by the time the drug comes out of the market, out to the market, it will take like nearly 10 to 15 years. So this is a very long time. So if you are seeing like we are getting to know like various new diseases which are being upcoming. So if it takes 15 years to come for one drug to come out into the market, it is a lengthy procedure or lengthy process for a drug to come out to the market. So to overcome this particular, what I can say like challenge, we are using artificial intelligence today. So artificial intelligence is being used in the various stages of drug development, like we are using computer-aided drug designing, we are using like rational drug designing or like modern concepts of rational drug designing and so on. So to fasten this particular drug development process. So what is this AI? What is AI or what is artificial intelligence all about? So when it comes to what is artificial intelligence, the use of computer to model intelligent behavior with minimal human intervention. That means human intervention will be decreased and the intelligence of the computer model, what is being designed by the human, will be used over here. Machine learning is one of the most exciting areas for development of computational approaches to the automatically make the sense of data. That means the whole data which has been pulled up through the, I mean, in the whole world is being taken up, and based on the data which is being taken up by the whole world, I mean, by the computers, those data will be utilized over here to improvise or like to get into the use the technology for betterment of the human health care. So that's what we generally over here are like aiming to in this particular webinar. So I guess most of you are like some of you would be using the smart watches which always take care of your health. So it suddenly says like you once you get, well, I've given an example of an iWatch over here. If person falls, it gives a warning like it looks like you have taken a hard fall. SOS or emergency SOS. You just touch it on it and you the message goes to the hospital or the ambulance service to come and serve you. You would be seen very recently in the news like people saying like I am alive because of the Apple or like I am alive because of my smart gadget which helped me to detect or like my heart attack or like my irregular beating of my heart or so on. So these are like, see, a message like this pops up on the smartwatch. Your heart has showing signs of an irregular rhythm suggestive of atrial fibrillation. If you have not been diagnosed, then just go and meet a physician as soon as possible. Such messages keep on coming, or like it tracks you the intelligently and it gives you a warnings over here All these things are like newly seen or like which has been experienced by people in today's day. So there are various applications over here in your mobile phones or in your laptops or like daily gadgets, whichever you use. So I guess most of you would be using all such gadgets. So over here, what happens over here? The lifestyle is being recorded. The lifestyle of a person is being recorded. How much you walk, how much you run, how much you eat, how much you sleep. Everything is being recorded over here by the gadgets what you're using. If you are, I'll tell you one small example over here. Like you would be thinking of like buying some particular gadget or anything, buying something like I want to buy a earpod. Earpod. You would be just thinking of it, and you just Google it once or like, and then leave it, forget about it. The next day, you're not searching about the earpod what you were searching yesterday, but when you open your mail, you would be seeing a earpod advertisements on the side. Or like you would start getting messages like this earpod is good. This is the offer what you get on the earpod when you're going onto your Instagram or like Snapchat or like Facebooks. How do they get to know that you're interested into that particular gadget? Yes, like what activity you're doing on your gadget will be recorded, it will be sent throughout, and because of that will be recordings, you would be getting like the pop-ups like this is what is like you're interested in, go for this particular product and so on. So this is how the AI actually works. It's not a person somewhere sitting over in some side looking into what you're doing. No person will be sitting aside and looking whatever you are doing, watching you. It is the computers or like the artificial intelligence which grasps all the data what you are doing, and accordingly you will be getting various alerts. So this is how I've given you a small example of how this artificial intelligence works. Coming to again like the question like how does this artificial intelligence work? As I told, like most of you are into healthcare field, you would be knowing how a neuron works. I have given a picture of a neuron. We have dendrites, cell body, which has nucleus, and then we have axon and axon terminal synapse. So, and the direction of impulse is like the impulses are sent to the synapse through which the next neuron gets the impulses. So this is how the brief note on like how the neuron works. Now, when I come to the how artificial intelligence works, it just works in this way, where the dendrites are the like the people from where the data what we are getting from the various gadgets, it will be collected in the supercomputer or like data pooling, where we call it as the nucleus function, and it is being given to the output and vice versa. So this is how the artificial intelligence actually works on like similarly to the neuron what in humans or like in animals work. Now what does artificial intelligence do in the pharma sector? The healthcare data acquisition is being done. Now a little being a little serious about this one. So every data of a patient is being recorded in the hospital. So every data which is being recorded in the hospital is being what I can say pulled up in the supercomputers or like data pooling is being done. It processes the data to give well-defined output through the machine learning algorithms. Everything, whatever data is being put into the machine, like the patient comes, the patient profile is being put onto the system, and that is being saved. So that data which is being saved is being sent to various companies like CROs, where the processing of data is being done, and the processing of data which is being done goes into the machine learning algorithms. That means every data is being converted into algorithms, or like the mathematical model is being built by the sample data which is being got. So the similar kind of what I can say like the patient profiles throughout the world is being collected and is being arranged in one particular columns or like one particular place. predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed is being done. That means you once put the particular case onto the system analyzes the data throughout the world, and it checks out the best treatment which is being given, and the treatment which is being working best, and that treatment is being given back over here, so that that particular treatment procedures is being utilized, so that there will be minimum errors over here. Recognizes the patterns in behavior, that's what I told you, and it creates its own logic. It creates its own logic means it is like the machine learning. We are giving the data to the machine, we are feeding the data day by day to the machine, and the machine looks into the data throughout the world, and what data suits to you, it provides you that particular data alone. So that is how it goes on over here in the pharma sector or in the healthcare sector as well. And it actually reduces the margin of error. It over here, like we give doing the experiments over here is like, it's not the time to do the experiments all time in the hospital on the patient. So what happens over here is, like, once you put the data of that particular patient profile, you put the patient history, you will be putting similar histories many people might be having. So what is the best treatment which is being given, or what is the best, what I can say, like treatment procedure which is being carried out, is being taken up, and that particular procedure is being given to you, so that you follow that one and errors are being minimized. So this is how it goes on. And similarly, it goes on in the research field too. We have various what I can say, like platforms over here, like ResearchGate and so on, where you put your data or you put your question over there, and it analyzes a similar kind of research and gives you the proper, like, this data what you actually require. Why AI in healthcare is required? Why do you require this AI in healthcare? The first point is like increasing individual healthcare expenses. If you start doing like the experiments on the patient, like you give one particular medicine to that particular patient, that doesn't work, so you are giving another medicine. So what is the cost of the medicine? What is the cost of keeping the patient in the hospital for a long time? Because of that, the healthcare expenses increase. So all those things, such things can be reduced because of this artificial intelligence. A larger geriatric population, keeping the geriatric people in the hospital is also like a risky, or like it's like tedious procedures, or like you need a lot of care over here. And then imbalance between the health and workforce patients. And then increasing global healthcare expenditure, continuous shortage of nursing and technician staff over here. So this is a very high, what I can say, like challenge. Number of vacancies for nurses will be like 1.2 million by 2020 or 21. So will the education system, or like, will this vacancies being filled up? If yes, fine. If it's not, then who has to help the patients? Artificial intelligence is and will help the medical practitioner efficiently achieve their task with minimal human intervention, a critical factor in meeting increasing patient demand. So this is why we require artificial intelligence in the healthcare field. So now, what are the applications of this artificial intelligence in pharma sector? You'll have to know this. So where actually we as pharmacists can apply this artificial intelligence in our sector. So it's like, the first thing is like better diagnosis, and then clinical trial process optimization. In the drug development, as I mentioned you in the previous slides, patient monitoring and care, dosing, recognizing depression. So you're using some gadgets, and by the daily activities, even the depression can be recognized, and we can save many patients by using this artificial intelligence. Precision medicine, healthcare risk assessment based on the symptoms what the patient will be having, recruitment for clinical trials, manufacturing process optimization, and also business intelligence, and so on. So these are the places where the artificial intelligence is being actually being used and can be used over here in our pharma or healthcare sectors. Coming to the scope of like artificial intelligence in pharmaceuticals, it goes on like induction of artificial intelligence in healthcare and pharmaceuticals has already taken the central stage. It's not like it's to be coming, or like it might come in other few more years or so. It has already been there in the pharmaceutical sector or like in the healthcare sector, and it has already taken the central stage. In future, it has the potential to radically transform the healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. The technological advancements in mobile computing, artificial neural networks, robotics, storage of huge data in internet, cloud-based machine learning and information processing algorithms, and so on. It has propelled the use of artificial intelligence in modern healthcare and pharma sector. Modern healthcare can now become data-driven or data-oriented and personalized. Friends, over here, you will have to know, like, trust me, like drugs, a day might come, a day will definitely come, where the drugs are not being tested on animals and humans, but it will be tested on in silico models. Trust me, there the day will be definitely coming where the local pharmacist just not dispenses the drugs which is being manufactured by the pharmaceutical industries, but he or she might dispense a personalized drug in the shape and the desired dosage for that particular patient. A future where counterfeiting drugs becomes impossible. There is a future where the counterfeiting drugs nearly becomes impossible, and all this because of this artificial intelligence. So this is the wide scope of artificial intelligence in the pharmaceuticals. What we have enormous of opportunities for the pharmacist over here. Looking into this particular in silico medicine or thing, I have a small video over here which you can just look into that and get a small idea about this in silico medicine. Uh, is it inaudible?
Yes, sir. The audio is not coming from the video.
Patient and provider time and money. With the AI integration, working smarter enables solutions to a variety of issues for patients.
Sir, it was coming now.
Was it coming? The video or was the audio audible?
Yes, sir, it was audible. It came for like 30 seconds and then.
Okay, do you want me to play it again?
Yes, sir.
Of technology, artificial intelligence knows no bounds. Once thought a futuristic threat to humankind, AI is changing and saving lives. Not intended to replace clinicians or clinical judgment, AI serves the purpose to enhance and complement the very human interaction of provider and patient. In healthcare, AI is changing the game with its applications in decision support, image analysis, and patient triage. With their ability to reduce variation and duplicate testing, decision support systems quickly decipher large amounts of data within the electronic medical record. AI technology is also taking the uncertainty out of viewing patient scans by highlighting problem areas on images, aiding in the screening and diagnosis process. Artificial intelligence helps with the issue of physician burnout by collecting patient data via an app or text messaging. Chatbots now ask patients a series of questions regarding their symptoms, taking the guesswork out of self-diagnosis and saving both the patient and provider time and money. With the AI integration, working smarter enables solutions to a variety of issues for patients.
AI actually works on in the healthcare field. So we'll also have to know what are the challenges in this artificial intelligence. So challenges in the artificial intelligence are as follows. The first one is like high initial investment. If you want to go up with the startup with this AI, the investment is really high. You will have to know that. That's one of the challenge. Potential for increased unemployment. So once all the machine learning is being done, the human are being replaced by the machines, then unemployment will increase. So we can't blame any government over here for unemployment. Difficulty in the development. It's like you need highly technical staff to like for the development of this artificial intelligence. Adoption of artificial intelligence is like a very great challenge. You might say like my gadget does this, that does that, and once like you go home and you tell all these things to your what I can say like parents or like your grandparents who are like into the olden era or like who are restricted to change or like some there are various people who restrict change. So even now there are few people who haven't used WhatsApp or so. So when it comes to such kind of things like adoption of artificial intelligence is also a great challenge. Regulatory guidelines, there are various regulatory guidelines which is to be looked into as a challenge in artificial intelligence, like personalized data which is being shared up to the cloud data is not been acceptable by many of us. That's a great challenge. Lack of curated healthcare data. That means like we have started pooling the data in the recent years itself. Like if you want the data like around 20 years before or 30 years before, the data is not being curated or not being fed into the cloud. That is another challenge of this artificial intelligence. And concerns regarding the privacy and security, as I mentioned. So these are the few of the challenges what I actually specified over here in artificial intelligence. And I did not say over here as a problem, I have told it as a challenge. So challenges can always be taken as a challenge, and we can search for the betterment, or like we can search for the solutions for all these challenges of artificial intelligence and go about with the technological advancements. So over here, there are few top grossing pharma companies in the world which are using artificial intelligence. I'm here to name few of the pharmaceutical companies over here, like Roche, Novartis, Johnson and Johnson, Merck, Sanofi, Abivi, GlaxoSmithKline, Amgen. All these pharmaceutical industries have already started using this artificial intelligence in their research and development, in their business intelligence, in their what I can say like the processing, the manufacturing, all these things. It has already been into use. what is your role in this particular field? So all this time I was keep on telling like what artificial intelligence is, how it works, and what are the technological advancements and all those things. Now we have to know what is our role, or like what is your role. Most of the students over here are like into pharmacy field, and you're into like you've just completed your pharmacy graduation, or you are still doing. You will have to know what is your role in this particular field of artificial intelligence and where you can actually stand upon. First thing is like you need to collaborate between medical and technical institutions. Pharmacy or like healthcare background, we wouldn't have studied much of technology or like various like coding systems and so on. So you will have to collaborate with technical institutions. First point. Second thing is like remove the firewall of clinical load and hope of IPR. IPR is intellectual property rights. So you will have to remove the firewall, or like the what I can say like the boundaries which is being set by these IPRs or clinical load, and you will also have to diversify yourself in various aspects of the present day technology. You can look into the government fundings. There are various government fundings which is being coming up, like for the entrepreneurs to look into like the more intelligent, more result oriented, more humane, or like more which comes into the help for the humans. All those things, government fundings are enormous. So you can look into the government fundings and you can apply for those things. The current status of medical records, like there are various companies which takes the what I can say like employments for like getting the data pulled up and so on. Various CROs are there like Accenture, Tata, many other things are there where you can look into for your jobs. Data needed to be captured in real time, and institutions should promote their transformation into intelligible processes. That means if you are working in an organization, hospitals or so on, you cannot restrict like the data to be transferred. You should take the patient concern, and you should be what I can say like in the position to transfer those particular data into the cloud, so that this artificial intelligence becomes more effective. New scientific and clinical findings should be shared through open sources, and aggregated data must be displayed for open access by physicians and scientists by and made automatically available as point of care and care. Whatever data you have, you cannot keep it in with yourself. It is your duty to share it in the open source, so that various physicians across the world can utilize that particular data for healthcare enhancement, or like healthcare proper treatments which can be given, or fast treatments which can be given to different areas of patients. Integration and over here interoperability, including ethical, legal, and logistical concerns are enormous over here. So you can look into your field into regulatory affairs and so on. Simplification, readability, and clinical utility of datasets can be looked into, which each result of this must be questioned for its clinical applicability. Just like you put some data and it's just copied or just being used, it should not be done. Every data which is being given should be questioned, and all the queries should be answered over there. Aim of increasing their clinical value and decreasing the health cost is your aim over here. Electronic or healthcare record maintenance is again a very important process in this healthcare, where cloud data or cloud management should be done, and for that we require manpower. They are essential tools for personalized medicine and early detection and targeted prevention again. So we hear this is where your field is. This is where you can go into. And for going into all these things, first thing you will have to have idea about this artificial intelligence, in-depth idea of artificial intelligence. So for that, what you will have to do is, like there are various free courses which are being given, or like which has been there on net. Like for example, you go to Coursera, edX, or like you go into Naptel Swayam in India, or like you just log into those websites, look into the courses of health artificial intelligence in healthcare. Look into your interest in that machine learning or artificial intelligence and so on. Do the small term courses like around 10-hour course or 20-hour course or like 6 months course. There are small certain courses which are being given. You will have to go into that one, do those courses, get the certifications, and you can definitely get into this field of artificial intelligence. So this is where you can actually land up. Now, when it comes to the revenues worldwide or like market worldwide in this particular artificial intelligence, how much investments is being done over here, this graphs gives us small statistical analysis of how much of investments is being done on this artificial intelligence. When you look into 2016 to 2020 or like 25, you can see how much million US dollars is being invested onto this artificial intelligence. So when it comes to the scope of healthcare in artificial intelligence, it's enormous. So you can definitely look into your career to this through this artificial intelligence. Coming to research in artificial intelligence, like the number of research articles which have been published in artificial intelligence is also increased drastically in last 5 or 10 years. When you look into the number of research articles which has been increased in the last 5 or 10 years, you can definitely look into the scope also. That means the research in artificial intelligence again has an enormous scope. So I have taken few of the articles over here which are linked into like the artificial intelligence and day by day, and how you can collaborate with like technology and pharma sector or healthcare sector, and with artificial intelligence you definitely have a scope in this artificial intelligence or research in artificial intelligence. And to know about what different people tell about this artificial intelligence, it goes on like this.
Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft are all moving ahead at a great speed in improving this artificial intelligence software. So it's very exciting. Software is going to solve that, where it'll look at all the new information and present to you, knowing about your interests, what would be most valuable. So making us more efficient.
AI is probably the most important thing humanity has ever worked on. Now, I think of it as something more profound than electricity or fire. And anytime you work with technology, you need to learn to harness the benefits and while minimizing the downsides.
So that is the insight of artificial intelligence by the great leaders of India, or like the great leaders of the world. And now coming to the Indian startups in this particular field of healthcare. So we have Nirami. You'll have to Google all these things to get to know about these various startups of in artificial intelligence healthcare field in India. So these are the Indian startups. We have Advanced Cells, the power to cure, and then we have like Live Health, started by these two young legends, I can say. The one of the thing like what assignment what I can give you is like find out the history of these two people, how they started, how they became an entrepreneur. Actually, first question is like who these two young people are. I can give you a clue, like they have started the Live Health. So you Google it, you will get to know the history of these two young people, how they started up and where they are actually in the present day. So these people, this is one of the assignment what you can take up, and you can look into the story of these people, which is actually inspiring for you to get up you get to get out of the comfort zone whatever you are in, and to make yourself, or like you to have the burning belly to grow up, to become an entrepreneur, and to look into the field of artificial intelligence. So that is one of the small assignment what you will be getting from me in this particular presentation. And you will have to remember one thing. Life is a process, like where we generally get into, just a second, I'm not able to see the presentation. Okay. Life is a process during which one initially gets less and less dependent, independent, and then more and more dependent. This means over here, like once baby is being born, baby starts growing, the baby becomes less and less dependent on the baby's parents. At one point of time, baby grows and becomes independent. Independent at one point of the life, and once the person becomes older and older, the person becomes more and more dependent. So this is the one of the thought what you will have to remember over here. And based on this particular thought, I have a small clipping over here, which might be a little humorous, but gives a lot meaning to the presentation.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, dentist at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
And we're gonna do one more.
Oh, yeah. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open. Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get over the door. Open the door.
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey there. With a rock. Open door. Open door. Open door. Higher.
Higher volume.
Higher.
Higher.
Or like give the information to us. Definitely, it is like we have to never forget that everything has its own limits. So artificial intelligence cannot rule over the human intelligence. So human intelligence is always higher than artificial intelligence. It's humans who have invented this artificial intelligence and should know that everything should be in limit. And that is what is the takeaway of the day. Before I end up, happy Dasra to everyone. Kamran, over to you. Or if there is any questions, I'm ready to answer you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. So guys, if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat box, or you can unmute and talk. So I guess there are no questions.
Okay, if there are no questions, at least if you have any feedbacks, you can definitely give me. Participants?
Guys, if you have any questions related to the topic and feedback, you can write it. So yes, sir, really it was a very informative session, especially the video presentations which you played. So they were very interesting and informative. And to me personally, what I was expecting before the session, so it met my expectations, I can say, because it gave the brief introduction, but everything, I guess it covered everything, the future, the challenges, and how it is being implemented from the beginning. So I once again thank you, sir. Thank you for taking out your time. During the festival season, Dasara is going on, and that too, it's a Sunday evening. So you have taken out your time, 1 hour of time, and you have delivered such a wonderful talk. And at the same time, I thank everyone, all the participants also, for taking out your time and attending this webinar. And please stay online. We'll have quiz now, and after that, I will share the feedback form link. Once you fill, you will get the certificate of participation. So before that, I have, like as I told, there is a record-breaking online certification course going on, which is being, managed by Dr. Ajit Singh. I'll share a link. You can use the link, and you can register yourself. It is completely free. So I guess it's there. So we'll start with the quiz. It is related to the topic. It's not from the topic, but related to the topic. I'll ask 3 questions, simple questions. If you know the answer, you can just type and send it in the chat box. Make sure it is for everyone. Okay. So the first question is, using the artificial. Okay, sir. I guess we got the question. We got question from Dr. Ajit sir, I guess, from the Climate Career.
It's not mine actually. Someone has sent it to me personally, so I think.
Okay. I guess they sent it to you personally.
Yeah.
So, Mahesh sir,
Might
can
be
you
that
take
is
this
a
question, sir?
how does AI fulfill the component of human emotion and judgment, especially in healthcare sector? So over here, I guess the question was from Chirag.
Okay.
Yeah, Chirag. So
Yes,
to answer
yes.
your question over here, artificial intelligence, it does not take about like human emotion, or like it does not judge the human emotions. Rather, the pooling of the data which is being done, the human emotions can be understood by like the rhythm of the heart, or like the lifestyle of the particular person which is being followed, and that particular lifestyle is being recorded, and based on the lifestyle, the data what is being taken, that might be sent to few of the what I can say, like physicians, or like the people who are looking into like the what I can say, like the healthcare sector, or like the patient welfare. Data goes to them, and the people around might reflect back, so that the person does not go into depression or so on. So that is how it actually works upon, like human emotions, and can be detected by the artificial intelligence through their daily activity, or like what I can say, like the lifestyle what they are into. Like for example, the person like for a person like his regular activity will be one in a particular sort, and because of his emotional changes, what might happen is like in 1 or 2 days his lifestyle might change, the sleeping patterns might change, the heartbeats might change, so the eating habits might change because of the emotions. So those will be detected by artificial intelligence, and that data can be used for the healthcare sector, or like to overcome the whatever like tragedies which might take place because of the depression or so on. So hope I have answered you, Chirag. Yeah,
Yes.
I've got an answer. Like, yes, thank you, Chirag.
Okay, you have any more questions, guys? You can type it, or you can talk.
So another question is there from Surya Shri. Does AI intrude with our personal and private data, since our browsing and everything goes to them? Uh, every what I can say, like app you download on your mobile, it asks you like give the access to this particular give the access for the application to access your data, and you say yes, then you are giving the complete freedom for them to take your data. You say no, then they don't have any what I can say, like the right to take your data. Seriously, every app you download, you definitely would have pressed like there would be many questions which are coming, and we, without reading the whatever is the conditions, we just say accept, 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 and go on, right? So that is where we are giving our data to the cloud. Hope I have
Sir,
answered.
we have one more question.
Yes.
Okay, sir, we have one more question. It's basically regarding how we can learn artificial intelligence. So we have from Tahira Khansaj. She's asking, like, we as pharmacists, we are not well versed with the technology. So she's basically asking how, I think you have
Yes,
shown it in the slides
yeah.
where
I
you
have
can get.
told you. I have told you that I know that we as a healthcare professionals, we might not be good in the technology, much about technology. So you can definitely have collaborative work, which can be done. You have the knowledge of drugs. You have the knowledge of like the various drug interactions and so on. So that data, whatever you have, or the knowledge, whatever you have, you can share it with the technological departments, and you can definitely build up a new AI and go ahead. And it can be done through collaborations. And definitely, there are a few of the basic courses of artificial intelligence which you will be getting it online. It is also for free courses are there on Coursera or Swayam or so on, which you can definitely do and get a little data about like how you can go about with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So we'll start with the quiz. I'll read out the question. So if you know the answer, you just type and send it in the chat box. Make sure you send it to everyone. Like one of the questions, somebody had sent it privately to Dr. Ajit sir. So make sure you are sending it to everyone. So the first question is, the first drug which is developed using the artificial intelligence, it is currently in clinical trials. So my question is, what is the name of disease for which it is used? Yes, somebody has sent the drug name DSP-1181. Yes, it is correct. Okay, so we got the answer. OCD, the Pooja Reddy. Pooja Reddy has given the correct answer. She's the first one to send it. So she'll receive the prize for the first question. The second question is, artificial intelligence is also being used in the COVID-19 pandemic. And we all know as pharmacists or healthcare professionals that the COVID-19 is causing many other problems in the patients. So recently, like within these days, like, I guess it's yesterday or a few days ago, there is the scientists, they use this artificial intelligence to detect the risk of some disease. Okay, so or in the COVID-19 patients. So what is that disease? They use this AI algorithm to help detect a disease which might cause a problem. We are getting answers. Pneumonia, no. No. Heart attack. This happened like recently. I can say ICANN School of Medicine. They developed. I mean, yeah. Can you repeat? Yeah. So my question is, these doctors, they used artificial intelligence to detect some disease, the risk of some disease, like what patients are going to have, the high risk. So I think we got the answer. We got the answer from Harshita Shetty. It is AKI, acute kidney injury. Yeah, it's a correct answer. So second is Harshita Shetty. Okay, one more question from the presentation. This question is very simple. Like, we got to know that artificial intelligence, though it has very, the good effects, it also has some drawbacks. So, Sir had shown in one of the slides that, by the year 2021, what number of healthcare professionals, particularly nurses, will go, they'll have unemployment as the AI is taking over industries. Okay, we got the correct answer. We got answer from Antariksh Kumar. It is 1.2 million. Okay, I'll ask one more last question. You can say it as a bonus question. So, in the field of healthcare, where are they spending more? For they're using artificial intelligence for there is a specific area where they're using and they're spending more money on it. Drug discovery and drug development, yes, of course it is there, but there is something which is beyond this. Somebody is near to it. Yeah, Antariksh, he wrote it as the surgeries. Yeah, basically robotics surgery. They're spending more. They're investing more on this robotic surgery using the artificial intelligence is the correct answer. So Antariksh will get this bonus point as well. So here we conclude today's webinar on artificial intelligence and how it is being implemented in healthcare sectors. So thank you so much everyone for taking out the time and joining today's webinar. So I'm sharing you a feedback form. Fill this feedback form and you will get your certificate to the registered email ID. Make sure you fill the correct name and correct email IDs. Thank you everyone. Happy Dasara. Have a good week ahead.
Yes, I would like to comment
sir.
I would like to comment on the presentation. I will say, Mahesh sir, it was a wonderful session and I learned a lot from this. It was really a good session and I hope our students, our participant has learned a lot from this. It was really good. And thank you, Kamran, for conducting such a good webinar in this COVID-19. So people are, learning from such webinars. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this platform and opportunity to host
Thank
this.
you.
Webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Chalo,
Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Yes, take care. Bye. Bye, guys. Guys, fill the feedback form. Okay. We'll wait for 2 minutes. No problem.
So I guess everybody has filled the feedback form.
Yeah, they will fill then. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. We
So
should
if anyone
see.
has any
Yes.
query,
Yeah.
you can contact us through email ID. Our email ID is inshortpharmacy@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Pharmacy in Short.
I've started following you today. I've started following you. I did not know the Insta handle, so I started, today itself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Antariksh, yes, you will be contacted. We have your email ID for the gift.
Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye. Chalo. Take care. Good night. Sayonara. Bye.